Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check 50, check 50.
Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill. Hey, fall. Flip it.
Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. 12 yards there and a first down. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Panthers' 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Man, I got you.
Now Ellington. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ready. You ain't got nothing.
Here's Ellington. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Matt Gay now for the Bucs field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Newton now to throw. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. After the run, Newton going to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Newton to throw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. Operating from the gun. Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Winston. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Play fake. Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Newton, meanwhile, here connected with McCaffrey. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Newton. That is caught inside the 5. 27 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange some.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Ready? Blue ready. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Tight end's right. Hey, hey, hey. You got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
On 3rd down, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And got his man complete. 20. 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. Eight.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And an alley to run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
That's complete, right around the 8. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 8-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession. Gay's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
At the 50-yard line.
Newton now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the 50, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The 20. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it with Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready. Blue lady. Tight down. There you go. Wait. 35. Yeah. You don't want none.
A first down throw for Winston. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
You got three down.
Throwing, Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
54, come on. Check, watch.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Burns came in there hard on the blitz. And got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 9 on the sack. It's 2nd down.
after the sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jameis to throw it. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs. Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Winston. Flush to his right. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First target, first catch, and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass. The Bucs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To the air again with Winston. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
20. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body. Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 12 yards there and a first down. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth. That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there. No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man. Newton now Nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Blue lady. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. That's the way. Kill. Turn. Look at me. Kill. Turn. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Out of his end zone, Winston. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the ground, Ellington. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
To throw, Winston. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 47-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Single, slot.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton escaping the press. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers.
I got you. Out. Wait. Kill. Green, triple team. Mike 5-4. Don't get nervous.
Winston. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Justin Evans. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Switch it.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Creep. Mike, check. 59. Army.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy.
The give is to Jones. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
5 on the 50. Check. 59. Hey, tight.
Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Third and long for Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll buy some time right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Get that ball.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Check 3, check 3.
He can run for it, and he will. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Ready. Blue ready. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. 36, 36. Flip it, flip it, flip it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Green, Timothy.
Winston now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Winston. And he's going to go down again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Winston at the 18-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath.
Right, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is right through. And that will close the gap down to 14. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, Stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do.